Ciao ragazzi. So, I have decided that I'm going to share with you guys some of my writings. I write poems, lyrics, and stories. I'm going to share the stories with you today. I only have four. However, I just came up with an idea today about a fifth, and I'm going to share that with you guys. I haven't actually shared it with anyone yet, so yay. Um, Writing is really important to me. It's one of my favorite things to do. Unfortunately, I really haven't written recently, but if I'm not in the mood to write, I really can't. But let's just dig in. So, the first story I've ever written is called Tears of an Angel, or was anyway, now it's called Tear Stained. Um, all the titles I have right now are really working titles, none of them are final, and none of my stories are anywhere near finished. But Tear Stained is my vampire story. It's about a boy who moves from a town in California to New York with his family, and has this awful ex-boyfriend who cheated on him and was terrible and blah blah blah, and he really can't get over it. But he ends up dreaming about a vampire and a vampire hunter. This is the part where I'm not sure if I'm really going to include the vampire hunter. I know this has to be a vampire story because I love vampires, and I've always wanted to write a vampire story. Even before Twilight, I do enjoy Twilight, but that wasn't the whole idea for that. But I really want it to be a big fantasy novel, so I want the main character to be some kind of fantasy creature in part. So I was going to make him like part witch, or I was thinking part mermaid or something. I'm not sure yet, so I've left that alone for now, but we'll see. The next story I have is called Baby. I actually hate this title, but whatever. It's about a boy who's in high school who gets raped by his counselor at camp. Um, and how he wants to escape from a small town. His name is Casey, and it's also about his best friend Anne, or Annie, and how their relationship goes, and also what happens to Casey's family life. Um, it's a drama. It's not fantasy, um, but it's also about a boy who moves to town, who is very good looking, muscular, Greek. Don't have a name for him just yet, but he is going to change Casey's life, and yeah. Um, the next story I have has no name. However, I came up with it while playing Final Fantasy 13. It really doesn't have anything to do with Final Fantasy 13, but whatever. I really liked the way I wrote the story actually because it's really choppy and quick, and very mysterious. So the story is about these two kids, boy and a girl, who live in a port village or a port town. So a lot of boats come through and interesting people, but they really want to get out and have a big adventure. Um, and something called the witching hour starts all over the world, which is an hour of the day when only certain people around the world, it's random, uh, have ability to control certain elements. So the main boy controls wind and his friend controls fire. But they get kidnapped because like the people around the world that have these special powers are getting kidnapped, and thrown into cells by an unknown group. Um, so the story is ambiguous because neither character has a name yet, and they don't really know much about each other just because you are getting all of the relationship through flashbacks, but it's very ambiguous because you don't know what either of them look like, and all you know is certain conversations they've had about certain things, but it's still very ambiguous. Um, they, well, the girl isn't really introduced exactly only through flashbacks. The boy's in prison in the dark, um, and has amnesia. So that's where that is. And my final story is called Meadow Right Now. It's about a princess who lives in a village of people who live in trees. So they're kind of elves, sort of, kind of, not really. But it's about a girl who is a princess and has an arranged marriage, and she runs away from home because she does not love the guy that she's supposed to marry. And it's also about her familiar demon creature that is her companion. He usually appears as a black dog. I haven't decided exactly what he's going to be, but I will eventually. But he shapeshifts and he helps her out. And there's going to be some sort of adventure that follows. And the new story is actually about me. So I don't really know why I never thought of this idea before, but it's kind of a reworking of my life. So um, it's probably going to be a short story. I actually want to write it soon, but the idea was about me and the guys I've dated. So the 4 boyfriends I've had, and the last guy I dated because it was a little more serious than just dating. Even though he wasn't my boyfriend, I still think I want to include him in this story, but I'm not sure, so we'll see. But they all get names. You don't get to know their real names, but they all have titles, if you will. So, first guy is the first love. Second guy is the Casanova. Guy 3 is the dork or the nerd. Guy 4 is the fashionista. And guy 5 is the protector or the military guy or something along those lines. But it's basically going to be about a character who is kind of me, which is actually funny because most of my stories that have a gay male lead are kind of sort of me yet reworked. But anyway, this character is going to be closer to me than any of those. But it's going to be about the relationships he's had with these guys, and it's going to be. I don't want to say it's going to be fantasy at all because I don't think it will be, but it's possible. I kind of wanted to make it more real life-ish, but if not, it won't be. But I want it to be about the guys I've dated. The guys. Yeah, the guys I've dated. So that's what that's going to be. So I hope you liked the stories that I talked about. If you want to see any of them, ask, and I'll probably show them to you. Um, Again, none of them are near finished, but I would love it actually if anyone did want to look at them and help me out, especially with my vampire story, just because I'm having major problems coming up with the whole fantasy aspect and what the main character is going to be and whatnot. But anyway, um, I hope you guys have a great day and hope you're interested in what I had to say. Bye.